And welcome back, everyone, on the Decoder channels for a new podcast with Lulo, the Lulo team. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Maurice? How you guys
Yo,
doing?
yo, yo.
Hey everyone.
Uh,
Happy to be here.
yes, bro, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have you because, yeah, you have been cooking since our live stream, like in June last year, right? So many things happened.
Lots and lots and lots of things have happened.
Yeah, no, and no, honestly, I love the product. I use the product, so yeah, I'm so hyped about like the next hour. It's gonna be a banger. And yeah, Daniel, welcome home, bro.
Thanks. Yeah, happy to be here. Excited to chat for sure.
And Maurice, like everyone know Maurice, like because you are like a guest star here, like a yeah, no, a star, just a star, not a guest star, a star, bro. Like 3 times, 4 times now.
Oh, dude, at least 3. I think it's been
That's
4.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely during like the Monkey DAO days. At least one time for Lulo
Yes.
when I first joined the
Yes.
team, or like a few months in. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan of yours, brother.
Thanks, man. I'm fed of you both, man. Because again, like I don't have bank accounts anymore. I don't need bank accounts because I have a Lulu account. I have 2 Lulu accounts actually. It was like 4 decoders too. And yes, thank you so much for what you're doing because there is absolutely no need of a bank account. Is that correct? Can I say that?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's
Okay,
the
right?
I think that's the dream, right? To trust DeFi enough to replace your old stuff. I think that's definitely the dream.
Yeah, yeah, because, bro. Like okay. So can you remind like to the people who are not part of the Lulo community yet, and you're wondering what you're doing? Yeah, Daniel, maybe you want to explain that to the audience.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Lulo is a it's we like to call it your DeFi savings account. So it's the best way to save up your stable coins. Essentially, it's where
Mm,
you can go, you can deposit your stable coins, and Lulo is going to work for you to essentially earn as much as it can on your stable coins in the simplest and safest way that we can.
nice. Yes, the modern way to grow your wealth. That's what's up. Okay, so total what? Okay, that's cool. 125 million deposit, 15,000 users, average API 16%. Yeah, that's cool. And
Yeah,
like
we've been growing a lot. We're proud.
that's congrats. Because in June last year, that was not that numbers, right? Right, Maurice?
Ooh,
No,
no.
Yeah.
No, I think June last year we were probably in like a 2 to 5 million range.
Mm.
yeah, maybe a little higher, but yeah, we've been growing a lot. People trust it. People like it.
Mm.
So I think it's a testament to the whole team and what we built.
No, 100%. And okay, why do you think like people got the like Lulo got the attention of the people? Like, what was those factors could have been?
It's probably a mix of things, but I would say one of the main reasons to me is it people's relationship with Lulo is very different than most other DeFi apps they use. So I
Mm.
think a lot of DeFi apps that people use are, and this isn't a bad thing or a good thing. It just is what it is. It's kind of like people use it either as something for fun or like a hobby or like something that they just kind of play around with, let's say, right? Like a new technology, or maybe for trading or for something like that, where it's like they go in, they trade, they do something crazy, and then they kind of leave it. Whereas Lulo is different. Lulo is something you use every day, right? And it's not like a hobby app. It's a personal finance app. And so I think
Nice.
people have resonated with that, right? People have resonated with building something that's like not about the hype. It's not about like the 1000x. It's about like compounding your wealth. It's about like steady growth. It's about something you can use day in for years. And that's sort of what we want to do, right? It's like something reliable. So I think that's like the philosophy. That philosophy has, I think
Yeah.
resonated with a lot of people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a stable product in a degen world, which is
Yeah.
refreshing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's right. Go ahead, Maurice.
yeah, I was just gonna say last year, I think like when everybody was talking about point systems, referral
Mm.
systems, 30, 40, 50% APYs, we were talking about sustainable, you
Yeah.
know, building, and we were talking about savings, and we've seen a trend shift in Solana from this like degen yield vibe to more savings, building wealth, a little more responsibility. Now, you can't really say that about all the pump fund shenanigans, but like we've been here the whole time, like talking about responsible DeFi, essentially.
Did you see like some money coming from the trenches to Lulo? Is there
Yeah,
any some good degen from it? That's cool.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah, Daniel, go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, I mean, I think it's something we pushed. I know Maurice has pushed a lot is like the idea of Lulo should work in tandem with the trenches, right? If you are trading, if you're doing like crazy DeFi strategies, like, you know, we all love to do that. I do that too. You should see Lulo as like a complementary tool, right? It's kind of like it doesn't need to replace everything. But at the same time, if we want DeFi to, like you said at the beginning, replace your bank account, like it can't be that the only things you have access to are like super degen tools, because it's like, well, I'm not going to put all my money into this then, right? Because like it or not, everyone wants to feel like they can have a place where they can have safety and stability. Like that's just very necessary. Once you have that, then you can go out and be like, okay, well, part of my money I'm going to flip into meme coins. Part of my money I'm going to flip into like crazy leverage strategies, whatever it may be. But if you don't have like that base, that home base to feel safe and cozy, like, you know, DeFi isn't gonna make it, in my opinion.
Lulo is my emergency, you know, like what they say, like the financial advisor stuff. It's my emergency fund. Like if everything goes south, then I have Lulo. You know, like
I think a lot of people see it that way, which is, you know, it's a big responsibility actually. In a sense, it's more responsibility than being the degen app where it's like, okay, if I lose it all. Like, you know, we realize it's a big responsibility because people see us as that, like you said, like that's the money they really don't want to lose, essentially.
And so, like, Maurice.
I was just gonna say, I love that you said that, and I think like people do trust us because we've been like out there talking about responsibility, and then also going to events and doing AMAs and doing demos and like not saying no to these opportunities to talk with community or talk with teams or talk with DAOs. We've talked to the Philippines at 3 a.m. We've talked to, you know, different communities around the world, and we always basically say yes to any opportunity that we can take to talk to people. And I think that's been a big differentiator. But Daniel's right. Like it's a weight on our shoulders for sure. And we take safety and security very, very seriously. But yeah, it warms my heart to hear that like you think of Lulo as a place that is like safe and secure, and that's where you have your emergency funds.
But it's also because like you are top players of other application too, right? Like you are ever on all of the networks, so you're moving USDC, the USDC account based on where it's the best to my interest, right? So you don't even own the funds anyway. So that's why, I trust you guys because you can't touch my money anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's true, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, so Lulo, essentially what it is, going a little deeper, is it's aggregating all the best sources of yield for you, and essentially you can benefit from multiple apps and like whatever rates are highest at Lulo, and Lulo's kind of always optimizing for you and moving money around and making decisions so that you're always, you know, earning as much as you can, but also as safe as you can. So it's about safety and earning. And yeah, Lulo, you can think of Lulo more as like an orchestration, right, layer. It's not holding your funds. The funds ultimately end up in those DeFi apps, but it's good to have someone who's kind of on top of it for you, right? I think that's the magic of Lulo.
Yes. And so since a couple of weeks now that there is like more product on the app, okay, like the protected, boosted, and like the custom organization of Oliver. So can you explain it while I'm going to show it to people?
Sure. Yeah. So we just launched Lulo Protect, which is, I think,
That's
kind of laying the groundwork for where we want to take Lulo a little bit. So now, originally, like Lulo was, you would go in and you would deposit, and there wasn't much you could do. Like we would just kind of optimize the funds for you. Now you have a choice. Now you can choose between depositing in the protected or depositing in the boosted, which are like the two new options we've introduced. And so boosted is sort of does the same thing we've always done. So boosted will kind of like spread your money across the best apps, try to like optimize rates for you. But boosted now also kind of earns extra yield because it's protecting the other side, which is called protected. And so the protected side is for people who maybe want to earn less, are okay earning less, but really, really care about risk, right? So the protected side is this new deposit type that is protected from things like smart contract risk, hacks, Oracle failures, bad debt, like things that can essentially make you lose money. So the way we kind of see it is like, if you care a lot about rates and you want to earn as much as possible, like boosted is just the Lulo magic plus now earning more because it's, got this other protected side that it earns from. And then if you're very risk averse and you've been afraid to use DeFi, or, risk is your number one factor more than earning, the highest rates possible, then protected is for you, right? Protected is all about safety and it's all about risk management at the expense of earning less. So it's like two really good options that, fit to different profiles, or maybe mixing them both if you kind of want something in between. And so that's sort of like the new direction or the new, product offering.
So the boosted people are protecting the fund of the protected guys?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So it's a community Safu fund.
Yeah.
You can think of it that way. Yeah.
That's
It kind of does what Lulo has always done, which is like find the best rates. You just have this extra responsibility now, but you get paid for it. So boosted is much better earns a lot more than Lulo used to earn, like the original Lulo. It's even more earnings, right? So that's the cool side of it too. And the risks there are still kind of the same risks we've always had, right? Which is the underlying apps themselves going down or having some sort of issue. You're just now, if you're okay not being protected against those risks and like care more about earning, boosted is just doing even more for you, right? You're just earning more now. So
that makes sense. And do you have like some funds to protect like user funds yourself, like at the corporate level? Do you have a reserve?
We don't really. The idea is to not do that because Lulo is just one company, right?
Yeah.
We're just one company. And like the idea of protected is like, we want to create something that is much bigger than Lulo can be, right? Or like Lulo will have, right? Like, and so it's a peer-to-peer system. And I think that's what's cool about it, because there's no like underwriting, there's no like insurance claim process, there's no like waiting to like see if you're like covered or not. It's just all automated, all on smart contracts, all peer-to-peer between the boosted and the protected users. And so it's essentially DeFi is like FDIC, right? Is kind of what we're trying to build, except it's powered by the people. It's powered by us instead of like entities in the way, which end up being risk, right? Because if it's Lulo's balance sheet that's covering, then it can only be as good as Lulo's balance sheet is.
You can emit a token and then use the token to insure the funds of the people, and then
that sounds like Luna. It sounds exactly like Luna.
The interesting thing that like we picked up a lot last year, and we're trying to build Lulo for mass market. And most people outside of crypto, outside of DeFi, when they're saving money, when they're trying to build wealth, it's capital preservation that trumps everything, right? It's more important to make sure that my money grows reasonably and I know I could go get it again versus max yields. And, we're building for our current users, DeFi users, crypto natives, but the goal is adoption, right? Like, I think every team in crypto should be looking towards how can we grow this ecosystem to better serve the world, better serve everybody, not just our small little ecosystem. So I really see Protected and Lulo Protect as this next step. I'm really jazzed on what we got going there, and I think it's cool.
I mean, definitely. I definitely see like Lulu as a DeFi for my mother. Like that makes sense. Like 100%.
It's kind of like a DeFi mullet. It's like in the back, it's like the boosted, which is like all the crypto natives who care more about yield and who are comfortable with smart contract risk, which is all of us. Because if you're using DeFi today, you're taking smart contract risk. And that's going to power the ability for the grandmas of the world to come into DeFi through Protected and be safe, right? So, and you're going to get paid for it. So I think we talk a lot about Protected, but I think Boosted is like a very interesting way to earn as well, because you're essentially, you're getting paid to like enable like others to come in a safer way. And so I think it's really cool because it's like the risk that's always been there, except now like get more out of it. Essentially, we make it more explicit that those who want to take that risk can also reap the benefits and the rewards of it.
And what's your split, Maurice? Like, how do you use all of those?
So like I have 3 or 4 wallets that I use for Lulo, and one is mostly protected, one is mostly boosted, and then the third, I have 3 active right now. The third one is just like a mix of the other stable coins, partially because I like to see stable coins proliferate and support them, partially to get more exposure, and partially because I'm a little bit lazy and I don't want to go convert everything back. But I'm mostly allocated in boosted right now. Okay. I've been a DeFi native since, I guess, 2018. I'm pretty comfortable with the risks, but like I have shared funds with my fiance. It's all protected, right? Anything that like I think we need to know that we can access at any time for any reason, that's all in protected. And she's actually waiting for something else that we're going to do later this year, I hope, and she'll be using her own Lulo account.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, what are you talking about? Like join card? Oh, bro, Dan, we need the card.
The card?
I need the card.
Yeah, card has been a highly requested feature. It's something that we're looking into.
And then get cash back. Like the whole
yeah. Yeah, it's card something we would look into. Sometimes I wonder about building our own card versus just letting everyone use their existing cards with Lulo. Like, what would actually be better?
Oh shit. Okay. Ask. Wait. So I can use a Revolut card on.
Yeah, like if you already have credit cards, right, that you like,
Yeah.
what if you could just use those with Lulo, right? It's just something.
Okay, good luck figuring out how that gonna work, but that could be a good challenge for sure.
I mean, that's part of the challenge, right? It's harder to do your own credit card from the ground up, or do you act as like the picks and shovels and let other teams integrate you into their existing products? You lose a little bit of brand name and brand awareness, but in the end, it's the same result, I think.
That's an interesting, Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next stream then.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cool developers that are building with Lulo now too, because of if you think about it, Protected makes a lot of sense, right? Like for, say you're building some app and you want to offer yield, like your worst nightmare is like you get hacked and lose your users' money, right? You're screwed. So Protected is like very powerful for builders because they can now they can offer yield through their own app and like not worry about these like smart contract risks and like just do so in a safe way. So it enables a lot of cool stuff. Protected is like very powerful.
What about enterprise, like multi-sig vault? That makes sense too, right? Like having a corporate protected.
Yeah, I mean corporates and DAOs are like definitely another use case, right? These guys are very risk averse because their tolerance for losing money is zero, essentially. So a lot of these people are just not using DeFi. That's what they're currently doing. They're just not in DeFi at all. They're just sitting in stables. There's billions of stables sitting in Solflare and Phantom. Like
Jesus,
billions sitting there doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So how do we get that money activated in DeFi? Like if we could get that money into DeFi, we'd like triple the Solana TVL in one day, right?
Oh
yeah. And it's not really a secret. The squads team has tweeted about it quite a bit. And I talked to Garrett on their team this morning, and like they're actively seeking and working on the integration, which I think could be one of those unlocks where you have DAOs, you have treasuries, you have teams that are more willing now to use Lulo or DeFi in general, because right from their multi-sig, they can access good yield.
That would be. Because so in a good time of NFTs, right? Like when all of this company fund were in Seoul, they could stack it on the network. But yeah, but if you are stable it up, then you have nothing, and then you just exit, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not a lot to do with stables right now. I mean, people use DeFi, but I don't
Yeah.
think maybe they use a little bit of DeFi.
Are you
They're
not going
not
to
they're
create
not all in. They're not all
yeah, no,
in.
no,
And
exactly.
what we want is people to go all in. That's the
You're not
ideal.
going
That's what
to
everyone wants.
you're not going to create like a DLLM pool on stable with like your corporate meme fund or like meme coins
No.
company fund, right? I mean, if you can have
And
a company and a meme coin.
and imagine just like trying to explain that to people,
Yeah, no,
right?
exactly.
Like wrapping your head around it is it's not simple.
Yeah. No. That's the biggest pain point of DeFi for sure. Like to explain what the fuck you are doing between like loop, like like lending loop, borrowing, blah 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 blah, and then you can even borrow money, get paid for borrow money. Like what the fuck are you talking? Like what? And then you have derivative product on lended token, and then you can stake, and then you can restake. Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, I think what the problem with DeFi is like people compete on. They always want to compete on APY.
Yeah.
So like, you always see a product that's like advertising higher yields. It's like if you have the highest yield today, tomorrow someone will loop it one more time, and then they will be the highest yield. So like highest yield is not what people should be looking for. Like I actually don't think we kind of started with that DNA, but like we've slowly obviously changing kind of like how we talk about things because there's always more yield to be found in DeFi. That's the problem with DeFi. Adding more risk is super easy. Anyone can do it. And people end up doing it for users and users don't even know. And that's very dangerous, right? This idea of like, oh, I need to add more risk so I can pump my APY so I can gain more market share. Like it's a very toxic cycle that just kind of puts people into risk. I think the real benefit, the real thing to compete on is safety, right? So I think that's some very smart teams are realizing that that's really what sticks. And so obviously, we're trying to build the safest rate you can find. But even if you go to like look at Camino or Drift or any of the apps we've integrated and work with, they're talking about safety all the time, right? Because they really care about it. And so I think that's what's going to win out in the end because you can always find higher rates. And so anyone who's trying to sell you on we have a higher rate than XYZ, I'm always skeptical immediately. It's not. It means they don't really have your interest at heart, probably.
Yeah, we like to say if you don't know where the yield is coming from, it's probably not sustainable.
You're the yield.
Yeah, or you're the yield. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, or maybe they're just taking more risk than right?
Yeah.
Like I think, like Lulo only uses lending pools, and so that's like the most battle-hardened DeFi primitive ever, right? It started in ETH. It's like one of the first things Aave built on ETH. It's like very well understood, but like you start going into like delta neutral, leverage loops, like okay, you're earning more, but like at what cost, right? Now, like, and delta neutral isn't so neutral, right? Like you can lose money on it. It's
not right now.
It's a very fake term. So I think that's part of the issue is people just don't even know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
So like offering people like something that's safe and like simple is I think very powerful.
But that's interesting because you can still onboard people with a better, like always better yield, right? Like for example, on Lulo, you can imagine even like one more offering where you get a token that backs your deposit, and then people can do what the fuck they want with this token, aka like lending in other products, right?
Yeah. It's something we could enable too. It's not out of the question, right? Like that's just more DeFi composability and like leverage. But
because
like
that's something I saw a couple of times on the timeline, right? Like why should I stake it on Lulo when I get only like 5, 6, 10% APY? So yeah, for sure you will get more people, but then if they take ownership of their Lulo token, then you have the best of the both. So I'm just brainstorming out loud right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's where Boosted comes in, right? Like Boosted is like a very good option for people that care about yield. It outperforms and will outperform like any of the pools themselves, just because you're earning from the protected side as well. So,
and it's better than getting liquidated on Apple.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal with Boosted is to like earn a lot and not have liquidation risk, which is I think the ideal for most people actually. And the more apps we add, the better boosted we'll get. So
Mm.
boosted rates will go up and up and up and up. It'll continue to get better actually the more we grow. So
Yeah.
Wait,
the
what?
rates will be up only on boosted. Boosted gets better. The more apps we add to Lulo, the bigger Lulo gets, the more protected deposits, like the boosted rates go up and up and up. So
Okay.
it's not crazy to think like we'll have like 15% yield on boosted and like no leverage, right? So that
What?
starts being extremely attractive to people.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Vince, all the rates are market driven, right? It
Yeah.
all depends on how much traders, borrowers, institutions
Yes.
want to pay to borrow your money. And by the numbers that we ran, like if we get a few more percentage points up into the lending rates, boosted will become incredibly attractive, especially
Damn.
considering what Daniel said. No leverage. You don't have to watch the charts. You don't have to sit there with notifications on. You could just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, wait.
It'll be very hands off, degenerate. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Is that gonna be better during a bull market or bear market?
Bull market will definitely. The rates go up in bulls, right? Like the more
Yeah.
trading activity, the more people are hype on crypto, the higher rates go for everyone, right? Everyone. Everyone essentially is beholden to the same rates, more or less.
Yeah, because during the bear market, like you get less rate because everyone is stepping up and everyone like outside or like they just sit.
Yeah, and there's not so much leverage and there's not so much trading.
Yeah.
So all these rates are driven by leverage and trading and borrowing. So
Yeah, and people getting liquidated, then you get the
people getting liquidated. Yeah, that also helps with the rates.
For reference, Q1 2024, Lulo averaged 25 and change APY, and the annual APY on USDC was 16%. So if you extrapolate out and you were to apply that to protected or boosted, you're looking at excellent rates either way, So I think like as we get back, God willing, we re-enter bullish sentiment. I think we'll see really, really, really attractive rates.
That's awesome. It's kind of crazy, like to be like in a bearish sentiment with Bitcoin at 100K, right?
Yeah, it's weird. The fundamentals, we were talking about this. The fundamentals are all lined up, and I think it's really interesting. Like I think we're going to see speculative assets leading headlines, and we're going to see stable coins leading adoption. And I think we're very much more concerned with adoption than headlines, and we're positioning ourselves accordingly.
Yeah, like in Europe, like with the MiCA regulation, like stablecoin is just a freaking nightmare, bro. Like we don't have tech, we don't have big companies, but we have laws. Like what the fuck are you? It's fucking crazy. But like, that's why also like you offer like mostly like the protected boosted system in USDC.
That's more because USDC is the base on Solana, which is where we're at today.
Okay.
So it's just makes more sense. We'll add more assets to boosted and protected for sure, and we'll be expanding to like more chains eventually as well. I think so. The goal with Lulo is to just be the best place to earn on your stables, right? It doesn't need.
Yeah.
That vision is bigger than any one chain.
Yeah.
So I think that's an important part of the strategy.
There is no chains that matter most than Solana.
Solana is the best. Solana is great to build, but there's good yield to be found elsewhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. But okay, so if you open it to ETH, is my vault on Solana will increase too?
Yeah, that's the idea. You'll just still be able to go to one place. Lulo will always be as simple as it possibly can. You'll just get the benefit from rates that are across the universe of DeFi, let's say, right? It'll make Lulo more useful. You can benefit from rates from everywhere and from one place, right? That's always been the dream. So
what's nice. Okay. Bro, if you can bridge like stable liquidity cross chain and get APY cross chain, bro. Because even like the USDC, the ETH guys, they used to having like 1, 2, 3%, right? So if they have access to an app that offer 5, 6, 16, then your TVL will be billions.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean ETH rates are pretty good. ETH rates are pretty good. They're a little lower than Solana rates.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's
A
so
little
cheap.
bit. Yeah. Yeah, like Aave is lower.
Yeah.
But I think it's because they have a lot of TVL too. Like
Yeah, no,
Aave
exactly.
has like
30
20 billion, right? So yeah, it's just like it's significantly bigger than we realize still.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'd be great to tap into that, right? Aave is a
Yeah.
super liquid,
Mm.
the most established lending pool in like all of crypto, right? So like, why shouldn't users benefit from it as well?
Yeah.
If we can.
What's the regulation based on like money I got out of DeFi if I off ramp my money from Lulo? Like,
It's going to depend on each country, right?
yeah.
Like, it's going to depend on how your taxes are treated. It's going to depend on what you have to report when you like off ramp.
Yeah,
There's no like off ramping from Lulo. So Lulo, you can send your stable coins back to your wallet. That's pretty much the only thing you can do from Lulo. So, and that's for safety too, right? That makes it so there's no shenanigans that are possible. But you know, once it's in your wallet, then you know whatever you do with it is up to you. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. That's interesting. But yeah, if you have cross-chain integration, I love it, bro. Like honestly, you're sitting on $1 billion company, like for sure, like 100%.
I think so too. I mean, yeah, it's bullish. It's competitive though, right? Stablecoin is a very competitive arena, so it's, you know, we have to execute well and like do things right because there's fierce competition and like very cool products out there, right? Like Athena and other things that are like, you know, attractive and cool for people that want to put their stablecoins into somewhere. So,
what am I a noob not knowing about USDS?
USDS is just DAI, which is the MakerDAO. You know, MakerDAO is like one of the original DeFi protocols, and they had DAI essentially, which is minted when you deposit like ETH into Maker, you can mint DAI against it. That's essentially how it works, right? And so they rebranded to Sky from Maker and rebranded DAI to USDS.
Okay.
So it's just the same. So I would say USDS is like a strong competitor to USDC. It's definitely like a cool product and like a very established DeFi brand. And then, you know, USDT is obviously the king actually still. We live in a little Solana bubble where that's not the case, but everywhere else, USDT is actually still the king for sure.
Yeah. And is that a problem?
I don't particularly see the problem. I think there's a lot of fun with Tether, but it's always been fine. Like it's been around for like 9 years or whatever it's been. It's like always fine. And like people use it all over the world. Like you go to Latin America, everyone's using it to like buy and sell and send money to each other. And like Binance P2P uses all USDT. Like it's much bigger than USDC in terms of use. So, you know,
but it's way more like US regulation friendly too, right? Like if we have one CBDC, whatever, it will be USDC in a way. Like not really, but like it will be the US dollars. And there's a high that it's USDC.
I don't know if we'll have a CBDC. Hopefully not. But like the regulations that's coming in the US for stablecoin issuance is that anyone can do it as long as you follow the rules and get the license, right? So I think most of the things that get issued will look like Circle in the sense that you have to like one-to-one backing only with like highly liquid, like either treasuries or cash itself or like cash equivalents, which means like you can only use like a few small things to like put money in. And so they will all kind of look like Circle. So my question's always been like, you know, that's not where the benefit or the innovation will happen. Like they will all work the same behind the scenes because the law will kind of dictate what you can do there. So the innovation will be more in the front. Where can you redeem it? Is the UX good? Where can you use it? So I think that's where the innovation and battleground will be, is like more like what you can do with the stable. The back end operations of all stable coins, in my opinion, in the US will all be identical. It'll be take dollars, put them in treasuries, mint token. That's it. Like there'll be no deviation from that. So I don't think the innovation will be there. Tether is a little different because Tether does take, I think, a wider variety of assets. But Tether is like one of the biggest holders of U.S. Treasuries, like in the world.
10.
Yeah,
Top 10.
So it's like
and the most profitable crypto business in the world.
True,
billions of dollars in revenue.
They're a monster, and all they do, like their business models, they take that treasury revenue.
Yeah, I mean, and they're
for
making money
themselves.
with money that they're not even their own. So, and they print money like they're the Fed, like of the crypto world.
Yeah, they kind of are in a way. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can when they mint, it's a big deal. Yeah.
yeah. And Maurice, what kind of like features would you like to see? Okay, on Lulo, yeah, on Lulo first, and then stablecoin.
Yeah. So, now that we've launched Lulo Protect and we're getting our footing with how to communicate
Mm.
and market protected and boosted deposits, we've shifted internally to talking about the mobile app, which we've talked about all through last year. Mobile app has been on the horizon, as we kind of stated earlier in the chat. Like, in order for us to onboard the masses to DeFi and stablecoin saving in particular, we need an
Mhm.
iOS app. We need an Android app. That's how
Okay.
most people interact with their personal finances today, like Wells Fargo or Venmo or Revolut or PayPal or whatever. So for me, that's incredibly exciting. That's what I'm most hyped about, and that will allow us to onboard our cousins and our neighbors and our grandma, and like that's what my partner wants to use. Like, she's like, I
Mhm.
want to do it myself. I want the iOS app. So hopefully we'll be able
Okay.
to allow you to deposit with Apple Pay or direct ACH transfer or things of that nature. I think that is going to be a massive unlock. And frankly, that's what I'm most excited about. Yeah, mobile app.
Okay, wait. Like, so you would pay with Apple Pay, and then directly, you don't even need to have a wallet interface. It could be completely transparent, right? Oh, if you have a good bro, if you have a good
Yeah,
onboarding on that, that's fucking massive.
yeah. Daniel probably has some comments on this, but we were talking earlier, like, does it even need to have private key input, right? Or is this just going to be something that we're marketing to newcomers, to risk averse users?
It's if as long as you export like the private key, you will get the crypto bro audience, but your partner doesn't need to know she has private key stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's it.
Yeah.
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 And I mean, last comment there, like,
Mhm.
she's crypto native to an
Yeah.
extent. Like, she has ledgers, she has Phantom and Soulflare wallets, and she still doesn't feel as comfortable as, the three of
Yeah.
us do with this stuff. So I think there's a huge subset of like crypto curious or, crypto light users who
Mm,
will opt into this, on your phone app
mm.
system. And you're seeing Wealthfront, you're seeing Betterment, you're seeing Robinhood Gold, you're seeing all of these rates
Yeah.
drop day by day. And if Lulo can offer competitive rates that are
Yeah.
slightly better, I think we set ourselves apart pretty easily.
I mean, it's not that hard to do better than any worldwide bank account uh, in the world. Like they are what like I think in France, like the interest is like 0.25.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's not really the yeah. I'd say the main competitors though are like the fintechs, right, which offer
Yeah.
better, right? It's like the Coinbase, which can offer 4. Robinhood you have to pay for, but Robinhood Gold gives you four and a
yeah.
half, which is
I
above
mean,
the Fed rate.
yeah. I mean, like
But
I onboarded like my dad to like Revolut during Christmas, and because I started to sending him some Solana on the side, and
Cool.
the staking APY is like 5%. That means Revolut is taking like 2% on top of.
no, yeah,
Oh,
they take a healthy cut for
Yeah.
sure.
or more. Yeah. Yeah.
And most of the USDC rates that are offered on these apps are still based on
Mm,
the Fed, right? They're pretty much just putting your money in treasuries, and so
yeah.
I think that's the other big difference with the Lulo app, right?
Yeah.
It's the interest comes from crypto native sources. It's like
Mm,
the real crypto economy, which means you know if you're bullish on crypto, if you
yeah.
think like that has value, like it does, right? It does, it really does, because it's not controlled by the government. It can't be tuned down,
Yeah. I mean,
and it's much more market driven. So I think it has potential to be much better.
you could even like push two apps where you have like a complete like non crypto native.
I
nice.
think either side wants simplicity, so there's actually a lot of overlap, which is cool. Like even
Yeah,
our crypto natives, they come to Lulo because it's simple. Then you know what I mean.
yeah, but I if I'm a crypto bro, then I'm okay with the friction of crypto. I don't need the Revolut app to do my crypto stuff, right?
Ah, yeah,
Because
you're probably right about that. And
yeah,
some might prefer it because they want to connect their own wallet
no, no,
and have more
exactly. And
control
I'm
over it.
like, after years in crypto, I'm okay with like having an extension in my brother, which is like my wallet, etc., etc. Right? That I'm fine with that. My mother still have a problem with like finding Internet Explorer, right? So that's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's why like bridging the gap between like the normies and the crypto bro is so fucking hard, because it's two different audience. And yeah, trying to do both, I think it's a problem.
Man,
Yeah, I agree. And there's challenges to trying to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think like, the bridging the gap term is something that I've tried to avoid for
I
a
hate that, man. I hate
Yeah, and like in theory, the bridging of the gap idea is really great, but
it.
what that usually means is crypto companies try to market what they're doing and
Mm.
convince retail that they need it versus
Yeah,
meeting
exactly.
meeting retail, meeting the rest of the world where they're at, which is bad fintech experiences,
Yes.
bad banking opportunities, bad cross-border payments, bad
Mm.
remittance, bad
Yeah.
payment processing. So I think like that's one of the interesting things with Lulo is like we're
Mm.
trying to meet them where they're at versus bring
Yeah,
them
no,
into our fold. Yeah.
no, exactly. But that's why like a full app, like non-wallet visible, whatever, you can export your keys in the settings. And okay, so onboarding is pretty straightforward. You pay $10, and then as soon as you pay $10, then the counter is like, you see the interest coming up in your wallet, and that's it. Like, and then you brand that shit as a neobank. Everyone is used to neobank now, right? So they trust the neobank concept, and Lulo is like the neobanks on the App Store, and mission accomplished. You onboard like the next billion user on Solana without knowing they have a fucking Solana wallet. I'm
I mean,
hyped.
yeah, that's the
Hyped.
dream. That's the dream right there for sure.
That's cool. I love it. What about the rewards though? Why did you double the rewards? When the rewards are coming back? I want
They're coming
rewards.
back very soon. We just have to connect it to the new app. Essentially, they've been accruing. They're still there. We
Nice.
just have
Okay.
to
Okay.
connect it.
Oh, okay. So when the update will be pushed, I will still be rewarded.
Yeah, yeah, you'll see more new rewards for sure. Yeah.
Nice. What kind of rewards? Like Camino?
It'll be the ones we already have,
Yeah.
like the ones you get from the underlying apps. We're just passing them on to you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give me airdrops. Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so cool. I love your product. I don't know if you can feel it, but I'm telling you.
man, we can feel it. I appreciate the support
I
a
love
lot. Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. We love to meet people that use it.
it. And yeah, so what about like the okay, what success looks like in 2025 for Lulo?
I mean, I think we're talking about it, right? I think for us, like expanding the access of DeFi to more people, right? So I think that's for us. That's what we're trying to do is like get more people involved in DeFi, right? So protect is meant to get more people involved. That's the goal of it, right? People that are scared of DeFi, who already use crypto, people who maybe don't know about crypto and like are just comfy and well from Robinhood, that need more guarantees if they're going to try something like this. All these people, like we want to get them involved. So to me, that's like that's how Lulo wins, and that's how we help also crypto grow is bringing more people into DeFi, right? By making it simple and safe, we make it more accessible to more people. So.
And
That's sort of the goal there. I also hope to see like cool apps start offering Lulo through I hope people can start accessing Lulo through more than just the Lulo app, right? I hope to see a lot of people using Lulo via their other favorite apps, wallets, consumer apps, whatever it may be.
A Telegram bot where like when you do trenches and you have 1% of your PNL that goes to Lulo.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Like the roundup in the supermarket when
exactly.
you go to pay and they round up like for Lulo. Yeah.
Or acorns, like an acorn.
Yeah, it's like acorns.
Yeah.
Acorns for Telegram bot. Yeah.
So Vince, interestingly enough, a lot of like the AI bot, the prolific AI bots on Solana, like Graphane, Orbit, Send, they've all integrated Lulo. And it's a perfect time to plug the idea that any team on Solana or outside of Solana that wants to come into Solana, if you're building and you want to integrate Lulo, we don't charge you to do it and we support you with the integration. So, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're getting integrated or are already integrated into several apps currently live.
Nice. Our integration guide. Nice.
Yeah, it's
it's all in the docs. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. It's easy, and we're trying to make it as easy as possible.
Okay. Okay.
We have a lot of cool projects that are working on Lulo stuff. So.
Okay. That's massive. Okay, I'm gonna make clips out of that because that's a good. That's awesome. I'm so excited.
I hope we gave you some sound bites.
I hope we Hopefully we gave you some sound bites, he said.
Sound bites? Sound bite what?
Sound bites are like little clips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't get it. Didn't understand.
You know what I mean? Like little sayings or little moments that you could clip out to create.
Okay. Don't worry. Like I have the timestamp and stuff, and it's all in my head. It's gonna be amazing, bro. See, from Raccoon, Lulo looks good. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, because Raccoon has the AI to trade futures and perm. Like he's a former hedge fund guy, so
cool.
This motherfucker is loaded. Anyway, I'm gonna make him like sign up on Lulo. Do you have referrals?
Not yet. We'll keep track of your referrals.
Yeah, because if I onboard these guys and he's making like 10% on 10 billion, then I don't need to work anymore.
All right, I will personally, if he puts in 10 billion, I will personally build referrals for you.
Raccoon, maybe I'm doxing some shit. You're not gonna be happy with that. But yeah, whatever. Raccoon, if you want to try Lulo, that's a good product. If you want to use some corporate money and move that instead of the bank account, use Lulo, bro, and you can put that in protected. Yes. Okay, I have another clip. Nice. That's good content. Okay, I'm hyped. Fucking hyped.
I think for corporates, it's going to be interesting. Like if stablecoins end up being more valuable for like payments or just like other reasons that stablecoins are useful. Like even if we have the same rate as like the USD accounts on fintechs, like you'll still prefer to use Lulo. That's my hope because it'll just be more convenient to be in stablecoins. So I think that just the tailwinds of stablecoins being more and more useful will help us.
Yeah, and we just saw Stripe acquire Bridge, which is essentially like the Stripe of stable coins. So every payment processor that uses Stripe will be able to opt into stablecoin saving or stablecoin payments. I'm with Daniel. Like I just think using stablecoins will be a better alternative to using dollars, which is what I think Daniel and I already do, and we have so many people that already do that.
Okay, that's a brave new world. That's cool.
Yeah, okay, new world for sure.
Yeah. What time horizon though? When do you think 50-50 will be cash and then stable coins? When?
I think a lot of people are full on stablecoin already. I think it'll be very fast. I think it'll be faster than people realize. Suddenly we'll all be in stablecoins.
Yeah.
Like holding dollars will feel like shit.
Yep. I think 2025 is the year of stablecoins. We said it as 2024 was ending, and I'll keep preaching it throughout this year. It's also the easiest thing for people outside of crypto to wrap their head around. It's just digital dollars, right? It's nothing complicated.
Yeah.
And as soon as it becomes easier for you to send your friends or family money, like I can't send my fiance more than $3,500 at a time from my account to hers. But our monthly expenses are more than that right now. So I have to do it in 2 or 3 payments. If I use stables, it's one payment, one remittance.
Like all of the events that we're going, right? Like everyone is paying like in USDC on Sol, and that's it, right? Like that's already happening in our little world. So
whenever I get an invoice, if there's no USDC address on it, I'm like immediately annoyed by the company. No, I will pay, but it'll take me a month.
Exactly.
It'll be much slower. They're gonna get their money way slower because if I have to log into the bank and do the whole banking thing, like I'm just lazy about it.
That's okay. That's 7. Yeah. But that means like you are like in the best vertical in crypto too, right? Because you don't suffer from like the bear market, bull market.
I mean, a little bit because rates do
of
suffer,
course.
and that makes us.
You will still have a business in a bear market because people liquidity.
It'll always be useful, right?
Yeah.
Like a safe spot to hold stables is going to be useful in any market.
And what's missing, like at the industry level, like not the Lulo, but like at the industry level for most stable coin adoption, is that just regulation?
I mean, I think just being able to pay with stable coins in more places is one of them for sure. Like it's still not. You still can't really. I can't buy my groceries with stable coins yet. I mean, I could maybe if I had like some card and like I had it in coin, but it's like too convoluted, right? Like until it's as easy as like paying with my credit card to buy groceries, like I don't think we've made it yet. Like that's kind of for me the litmus test, like buying my groceries. So I think that one. I would have said safety too. Obviously, there's more that can be done. I think Lulo Protect is one cool thing, but broadly speaking, I do think security and safety is the other big thing.
Yeah.
I think we have to make things way safer. Like it has to be way tighter and more guarantee. Otherwise, like people will never quite trust it to be like, their personal finance stack to be based on stable coins. So
don't win. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say that after the Bybit hack, right? But
hacks are going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, the solution isn't to say, oh, we're going to get so many audits there that you're sure. Audits can only get you so far, right? So there's more that needs to be done beyond audits, in my opinion. Audits are not enough.
I mean, even like the Solana Web3 GS package hack, this one was fucking wild because it's basically every front end use this one, and then you have like 2 versions compromised, and then you have the whole network like bro, like what the fuck? That's massive. That's basically like you're like TD Bank or Wells Fargo website fished worldwide.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
That's how do you secure the USDT in the protected? Is it via smart contract? What?
Yeah. So it does work via smart contract. Essentially, we have the protected pool and the boosted pool, right? Or the boosted deposits and the protected deposits. And if there's if there's some sort of issue where there's a loss of funds, say like Oracle exploit or smart contract issue or whatever, the boosted deposits automatically get pulled from to cover the protected deposits. So it's all done on chain. It's all done via smart contracts. There's no like I said earlier, there's no like need for you to go and like open a claim with the insurance company and for the insurance company to then say, okay, yeah, this is covered, but only this much, or like, what's your deductible? Like none of that garbage. It's just automatic on chain, happens instantly. So it's like, it's a much, much better experience, right? And that's kind of the point too. Like we should build tools that are like DeFi native because they're going to be better than like trying to do some sort of TradFi insurance thing to like fit into DeFi. Like, I don't think that's going to be the way.
Yeah. Just to one comment on that, Panda, for your reference, currently protected and boosted deposits only accept USDC. So USDT you could use for custom, but protected and boosted are still just USDC.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, custom. Okay. Sounds good. I'm definitely gonna be checking it.
Awesome.
Let's go. One
Yeah,
customer
love
at
to
a time.
hear it. Love to hear
This
it.
is my referral though. Like I expect more APY. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Vince,
I'll make a note of it.
Yeah, you have our word that as soon as we launch any kind of referral system, you will have first dibs, and we'll get you like a custom referral link and everything.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you so much, Maurice. I appreciate it. But okay, and is there anything that you wanted to mention before? Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes. We still have some point. Yeah, do you have anything that you want to mention?
No, I always like to end with just, anyone who listens to this, I would, try it out. I think Lulo is a great app. Obviously, you can try it out with as little as $1. So if you're curious about it, if you like stablecoins, if you want to earn, go try it out. Put $1 in there, see how it works for a week, and that'll give you the information you need. I think the product sells itself.
Yeah. I don't have much else to add to that other than we've built Lulo to date on user feedback. We listen to our users. We listen to Vince. We listen to the people that leave comments in the streams. So if you do try Lulo and you want to give us feedback or you have a request, don't hesitate. We take everything we take everything seriously and consider it all.
Bro, Daniel, what you said is awesome. Like you download the mobile app, and then the onboarding is like, if you would have deposited $100 right now, you would have earned 1 cent, whatever.
Oh, since you opened the app, that's actually an interesting gimmick. I like it. It's a good idea.
Or you can even send $1. Like you top up $1, we top it up $2. With one.
Yeah. Matching money that always works, but that's expensive. I don't like those. I personally don't like those tricks because I don't like to pay people to use my app.
Right. And then like how sticky are they really? Like, are they here to use the app or are they here to extract value?
No, but then you say, okay, no, we don't have code anymore. Sorry, thank you for downloading the app.
No, but the other idea is interesting. The other idea is interesting. I like that one.
Okay, the first idea was better than the second one.
I like the first idea more personally.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you can see what you would have made. The longer you take to make the decision, the more that goes up.
Exactly. Yeah. I love your product. It's awesome. I love it. I'm using it for like when did we had the
at least a year now.
Yeah, right. And for both decoders and my personal account. Again, it's my Safu app. I love it. I trust you guys with my money. It will be my grandkids, the kids of my kids that I don't even have yet. Like they're gonna be my pension funds, my retirement, everything. Yeah.
Sure, the pension fund. Cool.
But,
we appreciate the support and the trust, Vince.
Yes.
Yeah, we really do.
Thank you so much. Yeah, don't forget about. Please don't forget. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I will make a couple of clips of this live stream. I'm gonna make some bangers. Thank you so much, everyone who turned in the chat. Thank you, Raccoon, Mitchell, Vicky, Antoine. I'm not gonna say these handles, but whatever. Thank you so much, Maurice, Daniel. You can come back whenever you want. You're home. Yes,
we'll be back soon, I'm sure.
Yes, that's what's up. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Follow Maurice for Daniel. All of the links in the description. Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll see you in the next one. But before that, make sure to subscribe.